Ready?
Okay, so this is a short video to introduce the marketing and manifesting your business training, which we call MAMAB. So Nicholas, in your own words, what is this training? What does it deliver for people thinking about coming?
Well, in this 3D matrix, the fundamental business principle is maximizing return on investment. It's written into uh, the rules of incorporation of all businesses and in the corporate world, and it filters down to the rest of society where the focus is on making as much money as possible at any cost to maximize return on shareholder investment. And that has resulted in the complete destruction of the world, the ecology, society, and created great misery. So what we're presenting here is a fifth dimensional love and service based way of doing business, which is focusing on maximizing return on consciousness and working co-creatively with everyone as stakeholders, our business partners, our team members, our customers. We look at it as a whole. We're not competing against everybody like 3D businesses do. We're co-creating with them. So we focus on service first and love and delivery of what we and delivering it in integrity to make a better world. We're not focusing on just earning a living or maximizing return on investment because we focus on service. It's been proven through 3D surveys that businesses which are service based actually make a lot more money in the end than businesses which are bottom line based. So what we do is we help you transition from the unconscious programming of the matrix, where you unconsciously apply 3D business principles, focus on money to a 5D business, which doesn't work. And we lay out the landscape of all the energetic structural components you need to create a love and service-based business. So we show you a new landscape that and help you begin the transition. It's just an introduction to the transitioning into the space, because when you understand all the components and you can put them in place and manage them and cultivate them, there's a much better chance your business will be successful or make a real positive difference in the world.
And obviously, you've worked in 3D businesses and you run a 5D business, Nicholas. What do you think is the biggest difference between what is the energetic or the emotional or the spiritual difference between being in a 3D business and running one and a 5D business?
Well, I was in the corporate world in the city in London in corporate finance, and it's very much driven by corporate procedure, manuals, return on investment, long range planning, um, obviously making money for your shareholders and things like that. So I made the transition. It was a very difficult transition because I didn't know how to run this business I'm running now. But in the end, it's actually quite simple. Clear all your emotional issues, open to high consciousness, and follow the spiritual signature, which is in each moment, your higher self will guide you and your soul will guide you, and there's one right action to take. And if you follow that, what opens your heart the most, your business will be successful. Because in the 3D world, we're trying to plan our business and work it all out with our left brains. In a 5D business, we're actually not trying to work anything out. We're surrendering to the flow of spirit because we have in the higher dimensions what's called a visionary template. The plan for the spiritual business already exists. You don't have to work it out. You've actually just got to get out of the way and allow it to download through you and act in each moment on high dimensional guidance. Because if you do that, then your business will work. But you've got to clear your own emotional stuff in the process. So basically, it's about surrendering, and you're like the 3D embodied component of a multidimensional consciousness that's trying to make a difference on Earth. So actually, in the end, it's quite straightforward, but the process of execution will be challenging to your ego, to your emotions. But if you can work on that as well and apply good business process, which is still required, then you've got a much better chance of surviving because 80-90% of small businesses go out of business in the first, I think it's 7 years. You got a chance of being the 10, 20% who actually make it because you follow the spiritual signature.
Yeah, and obviously the reason that we run this training is to support our practitioners and other practitioners come into their sovereignty and their energy, and maximize the skill set that they have to reach as many people as possible, to raise the consciousness of the world that we live in, which is, the mission of the Center for Conscious Ascension anyway. Anything else you'd like to add on top of
Yeah,
that?
what we're actually doing is that spiritually based businesses are really feminine in nature. We want to serve with love. Okay. And then what we're doing is applying enough masculine business structure, conscious masculine heart-based business structure around that to deliver that feminine gift to the world. So when the two come together, you have a very powerful package to actually deliver that gift of service. And we've seen so many of our practitioners struggle because it's not their natural skill set to have that masculine framework, because they're more focused on love and service. But if they only focus on that, then they end up not being able to deliver the gift. So all that training, the time and energy they put in them, and we put in to train them, has actually not paid off in terms of raising consciousness. So this is the last piece of the puzzle of actually how to deliver the gift. That's why we came up with this training, because we could see this was a blockage for a lot of our people. And the ones who do the course manage to get a good intro, and then they're taking the next step to actually delivering what they love to do to the world.
Perfect. Thank you, Nicolas.